this training week was really great this time around. Felt really strong, and I feel like I'm progressing in where I want to be. I feel very blessed in the sense that I'm able to move my body in a manner where I feel very limber and I feel very agile to a point where nothing in my body really hurts. We're told so often to always hustle and always strive for something better. That's the only way that you will progress. Too often we too often we forget to really count how far we've come, and we take for granted the things that we do have. What I mean by that is I feel blessed that I have I have my own two legs and I'm able to have my own control of movement. Some people don't have this opportunity. Some people have this taken away from them, and that's what I mean by count your blessings. That some people would kill to be in the position that you're currently at, and I always am appreciative of what I have and take everything that comes at me with some sort of positivity. I went to the 225 today and eventually went up to 275. It felt really great here. I still think that in the whole, my explosiveness out of it needs to be worked on. Haven't really tried any variations of squats in my program, but I do need to implement that in my squat program. I've also been continuing my running and have been playing tennis at least once a week. The I don't really have too much issue with the squats for regarding soreness. So I think that this type of progression overload that I have in my program, I think this is really good for my progression. When I first started out, I had this crazy, crazy dream to be like these top athletes, these top performers, and wanted to be at the top of my game. Uh, I quickly kind of came down to earth and realized that this takes a lot of years of work. This takes consistency. This takes lots of commitment, and it's not that I no longer look up to these top performers. Is that setting realistic expectations of yourself will be the ultimate motivator in your life. Start with small steps and work your way up to where you want to be. Whether it be walking walking your first mile or running nonstop for at least 10 minutes. I think having these small goals really catapults your your mindset into how these top level performers and athletes uh, get to the top of their game. I'll be honest here and say that you cannot be 100% all the time in anything that you do. The thing that does matter is being consistent in the type of work that you're doing. When things are tough, when you're going through your downs, you need to push it and work through this slump, whether it be walking for 10 minutes, whether it be stretching and doing some sort of modified exercise. I think doing something is better than nothing. I came back to the bench and I'm still nursing that left chest strain that I had last week, and I was taking it really slow because I still feel that strain when I'm at the bottom of the bench press. It's not it's no, no it's noticeable, but I just don't feel anything heavier than 225 will. I feel like 225 is that point where I could possibly strain it again. So I just continued uh, with the pretty light weights on the bench. I didn't really go past the 225-pound mark, just because I want to be very mindful of my nagging injury, and want to make sure that we don't have any more setbacks on my training regimen. So here's the 195. This is this is just the heaviest that I would go on this week, just because of that injury. Didn't really have any problems with form per se, but I really felt really good on this bench session. Another subject I wanted to touch upon regarding blessings is being appreciative of the journey, being appreciative of how far that I've come since the beginning of this whole lifestyle. My ultimate goal with these videos is, if I can inspire one person to change their life, or inspire one person to get motivated to move forward, to progress in whatever they might want to do in their life, I'll be content. That would be my ultimate goal, is to inspire someone to know that hard work and consistency pays off, that you can put your mind to something and your results will show. They might it might take a few years to hone in on this type of craft, but if you put in the work and you're consistent with what you do, ultimately it will lead you to a far better place than where you started. My favorite motivation is to see old friends that I haven't seen in a while, and then they'll come up to me and they'll, be surprised because they've seen me before I've started working out. uh, I started consistently working out in 2016, so prior to that, I really had no recollection of having this mentality of moving my body, getting stronger, getting a better nutrition program. In the past, I eat whatever I want and think that it was okay. Now, things are more regimented. You become more aware of what you put in your body, how your body reacts, and how your mental state is. And I think that's very important. I didn't go past 315 this time around. Just wanted to have that feeling of the bar in my hands. So it's 315. It feels a lot smoother than my prior weeks for lifting, which I'm really happy about. So it's really good for me. Here are my running splits for this week. You can see it's kind of all over the place, but I think getting the mileage in is a lot better than nothing. So thanks for tuning in this week, and I'll see you in the next one.